What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Pleasure to be with y'all on this Friday night, last few minutes of Friday night. And we live again. We back again. Back on a Friday night, late night blast, man. Serious one, in my opinion. Y'all might not feel that way. But hopefully by the time I kind of go into the depths of what I'm gonna talk about, y'all may agree. You may still disagree. But I think that a lot of problems would be solved, and a lot of people would be in a better place if false accusations were not so easily accepted by this society. So what I want y'all to do as you come into the room, just click the like button for your big brother. Just as soon as you come in, just click that little thumbs up symbol, and we'll get right into it. Again, what I was saying is that false accusations, man, and what drives me to this conversation tonight is just kind of keeping my eyes on the whole Michael Irvin scenario and how that seems to be shaping out. Now, Michael Irvin, y'all know, Hall of Fame wide receiver, played for the Dallas Cowboys his entire career, one of the greatest to ever do it. He has had his share of off the field problems and off the field situations and personal problems as well. And what happens is when people have had their personal issues played out in the public, there are people out there who sit at home, who are far away from the person, don't know the person, and they form opinions about a person's entire character based on the mistakes that they have made, that have been aired out in the public. That's one side of it. But the dangerous side, with the more dangerous side, because that's a dangerous way to view people, because you don't know the totality of a person. You just don't. You can look at a person and say, well, he got caught doing this, or this person did that. This person, that's one moment, outside of murdering somebody, serial killing and raping, and just outside of that. But other things are one moment that you look at and you go, oh no, he's trash, he's filth, he's terrible, he's the worst of the worst. That's a dangerous thing. But it becomes even more dangerous when you have people who recognize that that person has had a history, or have had incidents throughout their life like that, where they got in a little trouble, and especially the nature of it. And they look at that as an opportunity to try to trap that person or jam that person up by falsely claiming that that person violated them in some kind of way. This has been going on forever and ever and ever and ever. And the person who makes those accusations, they seem to have no thought, no remorse, no care at all about the consequence that will be levied against the person you lied on. Don't care nothing about that. So you see situations where men have been accused of sexually assaulting, raping women, whatever it is, whatever term you put on it, and then we find out later on that those accusations are totally false. And when those accusations are proven beyond shadow of a doubt to be false, the person who was accused, they are relieved, they're happy, they are glad that that they don't have to face jail time. They're glad that they don't have to settle any civil cases or anything along those lines. But the problem that they face for the rest of their life is now there is a cloud over them because the public, by and large, believing in the allegations before taking the time to investigate and research it for themselves to find out if it's true or if it's false. Example, all you got to do is see a headline. You could be on the internet just scrolling along and you see such and such rapper allegedly beats up his wife. Such and such rapper accused sexually assaulting lady at a hotel. Now, instead of focusing in on the words allegedly or said to have or was accused of, meaning that these are not absolute facts that have been proven. These are words that basically mean this is what somebody is saying, but it's not guaranteed that it's the truth. We ignore that definition and we go straight to it and we go straight to the hood. Oh man, you heard what such and such did? No, I heard what they say he or she did. And it could be true. It could be found out later on to be true, but until it's discovered to be true, we make the mistake of taking it as truth, and we do it all the time. So public opinion is formed, and that's one of the most dangerous things for a person, for an innocent person to have to deal with. Even dangerous for a guilty person, a person who actually did what they said he did or she did, and then they receive whatever penalty or punishment that they're going to receive. They take it on the chin, they go through the storm, they get out of it. Then even after the fact, person reformed, they don't get down like that no more. Person that made one mistake, not even in their character, they stepped out of line. Forever, the public has branded them as being that. So public opinion is dangerous because the innocent ones who didn't do it at all, they back on the street and they learn quickly that even though they're like, whoo, I'm glad that's over with. Hey man, let's go out to the restaurant, man. Let's get something to eat. Let's go to the club, man. Let's go hang out. And then the people start to, oh, you murderer. Oh, you rapist. And he didn't even do it. You ignore lack of evidence. You ignore DNA results, and some people would ignore DNA. DNA has exonerated many people who are locked up. But in a lot of cases, man, the ignorant among society, they will still try to put that label on somebody, and the DNA has conclusively proven he didn't do it. So it's dangerous to falsely accuse somebody. So Michael Irvin was accused by some lady of doing something inappropriate, saying something to her inappropriate, whatever the case might be. And immediately upon the allegation, immediately upon the accusation, he was stripped. Sound familiar? He was stripped of his spot on ESPN and other platforms that he worked on and made a living off of. So that tells me that even these multi-billion-dollar companies, they don't even do their due diligence and finding out what happened first, they just instantly chop the man's head off. Now 3 witnesses come out and say, well, nah, man, I saw the whole exchange. And I didn't see anything that he did that was inappropriate. Camera footage shows the exchange. The camera footage doesn't seem to show anything that was done to this person to where all of a sudden they make. See, so what happens is somebody either found out later, you know who that was? That was Michael Irvin, the football player, the analyst on ESPN. He's famous. He's big time. He's in the Hall of Fame, man. He's got money. Somebody either found that out later, and somebody got in their ear and say, shh, what did he say to you? Well, he was kind of drunk, a little tipsy, and he said, ooh, you looking good in that dress, girl. Sexual assault. See? That's all it takes. Or somebody that recognized him off the bat and was like, let me go for it. Because there are, see, predators come in all forms. There are different types of predators. You got the real predators out here, man, that are out here doing horrible, unthinkable acts, man, targeting children, human trafficking, kidnapping and molesting and raping women and beating and killing and murdering and serial killing and all. You got the worst of the worst. Jacking and robbing and all this different type of stuff, man. But you also got those who are not seeking that type of thrill. You got the ones who are seeking the financial lick. They trying to hit a money lick. So they target rich and famous entertainers and athletes and politicians and whoever they feel is rich and powerful, and they target those people and try to put them in positions that they can make a false claim that will lead to them receiving some kind of compensation from that person. See, that's a different type of predator, but it's a predator nonetheless. Not thinking 1 second about destroying a person's life. Not thinking about that 1 second. Even all the way down to where people will marry, be in a full-on relationship, get married to them. The person you marry is rich and famous. They target that person. The rich and famous person is happy. Oh man, I finally found love, and you got all on TV with you. Yeah, we met at a casino, and she's been in my corner ever since. And dudes do it too. A lot of rich and powerful women have been manipulated and used by guys who targeted them for their money, or targeted them for their fame and their position, only to try to enhance their own career. Happens in entertainment all the time. You latch on to this celebrity, make her think you love her, and you latch on to her, and you coming up, you was trying to be famous and didn't make it, so you ride off her coattail, and then as soon as you get where you want to get, you cut her loose. And not only do you cut her loose, you start trying to get some of her money. See, women ain't the only ones who try to target people to get married to them, and then try to get half their stuff, try to get a percentage of their stuff. Men do it too. Happens all the time. I can name examples of people who studied like that. Happens all the time. So the bigger problem comes in, again, when the court of public opinion kicks in, because the actual court can totally exonerate a person, can totally tell the world, hey, no, not guilty. There's no evidence. He didn't do it. See? I think about Michael Jackson. And so many people are divided down the middle when it comes to the conversation about Michael Jackson and the accusations that were levied against him back in the days on two occasions. There have been many, I won't say many, but there have been several documentaries, there have been several demonstrations and proofs that Mike didn't do anything, even coming from the mouth of the FBI themselves, who concluded that they found no evidence that Michael Jackson was doing anything inappropriate with young boys. The FBI, who would have loved to take Mike down, say, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. So even after all that, you could be in a conversation wherever you at the gym, at home, hanging out with the fellas. It's gonna be somebody, yeah, like Michael Jackson, men messing with them little boys, and in the second you go, well, where's the proof? The only thing you got to stand on is the accusations themselves. What the kid said. Didn't matter that they had recordings of the father, that the parents of the child telling somebody they was trying to set Mike up. Didn't matter that they was pimping their own son out to try to put their child in a position to even try to hit that lick like that. You're going to put your child, hey, get out there and get that money for us, son. Mike's got a soft spot for children. Just go over there and spend the night. And when you come back, just say he touched you. The child like, Daddy, I don't even want to do that. Well, why'd Mike pay him off? If he didn't do it, why'd he pay him? Because, number one, Mike didn't want to pay nobody off. Mike was ready to get down. Mike was ready to go in the courtroom and like, man, let's fight this thing out. I didn't do it. He was advised to go on and pay him off because in this society, particularly being a black man in this society and a celebrity like that, and they don't like you, in this society, man, with this system, even being innocent, knowing that you were innocent, it's a gamble of your freedom to try to take this thing through court and prove your innocence through the system. It's still a gamble because too many people have tried it and it didn't line up, it didn't work out in their favor. So Mike was advised, hey man, just pay him off, man. Now I know you didn't do it, but you don't want to take the chance. They're gonna have a jury selection. You don't know what kind of jurors you're gonna get, man. You don't know if these people like you, hate you. You don't know what the mindset is, and just pay him, Mike. You got the money. So Mike pays him off. And when he pays him off, see, he must be guilty. He paid him. He wouldn't have paid that money out. He paid that money off because he knew he was guilty. No, that's not always the case. Sometimes it is. But when evidence won't even make your case for you, when you're not even comfortable and the evidence was right there in your favor, I tell you what kind of system that we in. So then cats come back years later when they older. Oh no, Mike didn't do that. And again, it still don't matter. Because people still gonna say Michael Jackson. See? So it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. We live in a society where it's so simple for somebody to just lie on you. And the lie is taken and ran with. All somebody got to do is lie. All somebody got to do is just say, he touched me. She touched me. That's all they got to do. And I've seen situations where people who made those statements about people, they came back and said, I didn't do it. But you already lost your job. And even if you get your job back, trust me, it's people still looking at you. Oh, you heard what they said he did. You, man. Hey, how you doing, Michael? Oh, yeah, stay away from him. They love going at the mics. Something about the mics, man. Something about famous black rich man named Mike that they love to go after. Mike Tyson, Michael Irvin, Michael Jackson. It's weird. It's not just Mike's, but it's just funny how over the years it's been Mike's getting caught up in that type of stuff, man. And very rare do you see the accuser have the tables turned on them when now it's like, see, what kind of law should be put in place where Michael Vick, golly, Shalandra, you hit another. I forgot about Michael Vick. And even if Michael Vick was, you know, he did what they said he did with the dogs. I'm like, do you see the kind of weight that they dropped down on Michael Vick behind some dogs? Michael Vick, in recent years, still would go places. He ain't been in the league no more. He would still go places and people out there with signs about the dogs and stuff like that. So it's weird, man. But there's never any accountability, rarely any accountability on the person who accused, who falsely accused. In a lot of cases, the false accuser not only receives no type of punishment for jeopardizing the life. You playing with somebody's life, man. You playing with somebody's life when you accuse them of something on that kind of level and you lock him up. Then it's found out to be untrue and nothing happens to that person, even all the way down to hiding the identity. They protect the identity of the accuser. What kind of world is this? Brother fighting for his life. And this person done lied. And well, who's the person that told that lie? Who's the accuser? Well, their identity hasn't been released and revealed. They protect. Why? Meanwhile, this person got to go through life, people whispering and looking at them crazy, and fools out here still believing that they did something that's been proven that they didn't do. You're never the same, man. You can't be the same after that. It's our system. What percentage of people that are in prison and incarcerated in prison right now do y'all think didn't do it? I ain't saying it's high, but if it's 10% out of 100 that didn't do it, man, that's tragic, bro. It's one thing to go, it ain't cool for nobody to be anywhere. It's one thing to be in a county or the city jail, or they said you did something. They say you stole something out the store. You're going to be in the city jail for a little bit. But to be in the pen behind something you know you didn't do because of somebody else, Even Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson didn't do what that lady said he did back in the days when he went to prison. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. I know y'all might be, you know he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And the person just goes on with their life. You have to be a different type of individual to not have any remorse about destroying somebody's life like that. It's kind of like these Karens out here. And yeah, I'm going to use the term Karens. I know a lot of y'all don't like that term, but I like it. It's fitting. A lot of these Karens out here who love to call the police on black folks for no reason. I'm going to call the police and lie and say I feel scared for my life and threatened in hopes that the police will pull up and shoot this black person. And in some cases, it has actually worked. And even if it didn't lead to getting shot, it led to brutality and arrests, all behind a false accusation. And when you hear some of the 911 calls, you hear them blatantly lying. You hear them blatantly, I feel threatened. I think it's going to hurt me. But you were just cussing him out and jumping all in his face 2 minutes before you jumped on the phone to try to call 911. Now you turn into the scared, innocent damsel in distress. Dangerous, man. Dangerous. So even after the proof comes, you can hardly ever come back. I remember Marv Albert. How many of y'all know who Marv Albert is? Let's talk about old Marv Albert for a minute. Y'all know who Marv Albert is? Let me see how many of y'all know who Marv Albert is. That way I can know if this is going to make any sense. Okay, we got a couple of people that knows who he is. You know, if you watch the NBA and sports in general, Marv Albert been around a long time. Now, Gamer says God knows the truth, and that's all that matters. I don't necessarily agree with the second part of that statement. Yeah, God knows the truth, but that ain't always all that matters. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because of course, yeah, God knows the truth, in that you are at peace with that, as far as your own self to say, well, you know what, they think I'm a monster, but I know I didn't do it. God knows the truth. He knows. I feel at peace with that, but that ain't all that matter. Because when they slam that gavel and tell you got 60 years, obviously something else mattered. You still in the grease. You need some help. You don't want to be doing 60 years behind something you didn't do, and you sitting in prison like, well, God knows I didn't do it. That's all that matters. I understand where you're coming from. But to break it down on a more personal level, take it all away from celebrity. Let's come out of the celebrity world for a minute. We'll go back. But let's take it out of the celebrity world and just break it down to everyday folks like me and you. I remember a long time ago, a buddy of ours, we used to hang out deep. We used to run deep. It was always, back in the 90s, me and my crew, it was always 5 to 10 of us together pretty much at all times, hanging out in my crib, out and about, whatever. And my house was like the headquarters. And one of the homies came through. We didn't know him that well, but one of the other homies was real cool with him. I'm not going to names because, to protect everybody involved. But he had it was either a watch. I think it was a watch. I think it was a watch or a chain. One of the two, a watch or a chain. And it came up missing in my house. And there was 7, 8 of us in the house. Now we knew him, but we didn't know him good, and he knew us, but he didn't know us good. He was just cool with one of the other homies, real tight. And he instantly started accusing all of us, or one of us, somebody in here stole my watch or my chain, or whatever it was. Now, when you know the people you hang with, you know what they capable of doing, what they not capable of doing. You know how they get down, how they don't get down. So it's certain things that you could say, like if any one of y'all that's watching me right now, if somebody come to y'all and tell you something about one of your friends or one of your family members and say, hey man, your cousin Pete, man, he winked at my wife. Now, if you know your cousin Pete to be the kind of guy who flirts with the other guys, you might say, hey man, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, Pete be doing that, man. I'm gonna talk to him, man, But if Pete ain't never got down like that, it's like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. No, that don't sound like Pete, bro. Hey man, I think your cousin Pete smoking crack. Whoa, wait a minute. No, my cousin, he clean as a whistle. He don't get down like that. So you know your people. And I knew none of my partners, not to say that some of my homies weren't known to steal every now and then, but not from each other, not within the circle. I got a partner who was you don't never glorify acts like that, but he was highly skilled in the art of thievery. This dude could steal a 40 ounce out the corner store and put it in his pants and could walk around the store and it didn't even look like it was a 40 ounce in his pants, stuffed in his pants. He was a genius. And the same guy, he could steal steaks and packs of chicken out the grocery store the same way. We would be in the grocery store, just walking around, 3 or 4 of us in the store, late night, just picking up some stuff. And we would go through the whole process of shopping in the store, and we would walk out the door, pay for our stuff, walk out the door, and right when we walk out the door and get into the car, this dude would reach down his pants and pull out a whole pack of steak. And we're like, what the? That's how good he was. But the same guy, I could go to sleep and put $500 on the counter, and he's not gonna touch it because he's not gonna steal from among the circle. Now, I ain't condoning him stealing, period, but he's not gonna steal from us. So when we all got accused of stealing this watch, and one of y'all stole my watch. Man, one of y'all stole my watch. I want my watch. Man, anybody steal your watch? So it's got like that. Oh man, this went on for like an hour and a half or whatever. Can y'all guess what happened? I guarantee you can guess what happened. I'll wait. I'll give y'all time to tell me what happened. What happened? No, okay, for real. It wasn't even in his pocket. He wouldn't steal. He wouldn't. We back on the steaks and the 40 ounces. He wasn't putting them in his pockets, bro. He was putting them in his pants, just in the pants, and walking around. I don't know how he did it. To this day, I couldn't tell you how he did it. amazing. What do y'all think happened with the whole watch situation when everybody in the house was being accused of stealing the watch? I see none of y'all have responded. I'll tell you. The watch turned up. It turned up somewhere on his person or somewhere within his possession. Nobody had stolen the watch. It didn't turn up in a way like somebody stole it and then they like, oh, let me try to put it back. Nah, wasn't like that. If I remember correctly, like say the watch was like somewhere like in his own bag or to where he was like, hey man, my bad, man. I'm sorry, man, you know. And we all like, the moral of the story, don't jump the gun accusing people without evidence, without clear cut knowing that that was the case. Because now, speaking for myself, I can't look at you the same no more. I'm out the game with you now. It's like, yeah, we cool, but I can't, because I know that you will go there with me. Like, man, you'll go there with me? Now I understand if you ain't know us that good. Okay, I get it. But people will go there with you when they know you. Some of y'all know this to be true. Some of y'all have had friendships and all this different type of stuff, man, with people who just for some reason accuse you of something that you know you didn't do. You're like, wow, that's how you view me? And it's not necessarily how they view you. It could be, but sometimes it's based just around them. People who have always just had that thing of like, everybody's out to get me. Everybody's hating on me. Everybody got something against me. I got to watch everybody. I don't trust nobody. Even people who never give you a reason to not trust them, you don't even trust them. So at some point, a moment will come when you jump the gun. And it's not going to be the same with me no more. I can't look at you the same no more after that. It's like, wow. Because I never knew. See? In a lot of cases, when people do that, it's weird because the person who was falsely accused, once it's understood and it's cleared up and yeah, I didn't do it, they try to snap back with you like it's all good again. Yeah, man. So anyway, man, so what y'all doing today, man? I ain't doing nothing with you. You officially have received the long handle spoon. You have received the long handle spoon award. Can't do it no more. You done. We might still be cool, but it's not going to be the same. Because what's next? See? You have not analyzed my integrity and my character by now. It's like, man, if you have not analyzed and made a determination about my integrity and my character by now, then I can't trust you. See? So that is the danger of that. Because good relationships go bad behind it. Y'all hit the like button, man. Some of y'all ain't hit that like yet. I know y'all just popping in. Good relationships go bad because people jump the gun. And regardless if you really sincerely in your heart thought the person did it, man, you got to do your research. You got to do your homework first. Let me make sure. Watch this. Look at this. Look what I'm doing right now. Man, which one of y'all stole my Sharpie, man? Man, I know one of y'all in here got my Sharpie, man. One of y'all, man, let me find out who stole my marker. I had a black marker. It's a silver marker with a black tip. I had a black marker, and now it's gone. See? Then somebody go, hey, man. You go, what? Oh, okay, yeah. Then people don't even want to swallow their pie. Well, one of y'all probably would have stole it. It's a cold world we live in, man. We've all been accused, man. In school, at work, family members. I think she trying to sleep with my husband. There you go, square off. I know you flirting with my husband. I know you want to sleep with my husband. And she like, whoa. Oh, we just friends. Yeah, you the one probably be. Come to find out it wasn't her. Lost a friend. Lost a friend. Let's see what y'all got to say about this. I've been accused of something I didn't do. In the Bible, it says, from the wickedness of their own heart. Yep. Falsely accusing people helps no one. Isn't no good no matter who you are in life. Absolutely. Michelle says, got to hear both sides of every story. Sometimes it's 3 sides to a story. That's right. The key is to not jump the gun. The truth gonna come out. But we so hungry for the mess, for the story, for the gossip. We want the gossip so bad. We can't wait. That's why again, like I said earlier, that's why we read a headline and ignore key words in the headline and just run with it. You didn't read the word, you didn't pay attention to the word alleged. You didn't pay attention to has been accused of. You didn't pay attention to it's being said that he. In your mind, it's the absolute truth. So I was talking about Marv Albert. It seems like not too many of y'all know who Marv Albert is, but Marv Albert is was an analyst, sports analyst, world famous sports analyst, one of the greatest to ever do it. Identifiable voice. Everybody knows Marv Albert in the sports world. He did some stuff, some inappropriate stuff to a lady, and he clearly did it. Man, they suspended that dude for he didn't do no jail time. But they suspended that dude for a quick little minute, brought him back, and he was right back on top again. They just brushed it under the rug like no big deal. Meanwhile, a very popular sports figure in the city of Houston, he was accused of something by his own daughters, all behind trying to get some money. The company he worked for cut him loose during the trial, I don't know if it was during the trial, but in the midst of everything, he got cut loose at some point. He was like, we got to let you go. Truth came out. The daughter said, nah, he didn't do it. We made it up. We was mad at him. Still didn't get his job back for years. Literally years before he got a position back. And he was innocent, proven innocent. So a false claim can stain your name even when you ain't do it. Deflection said there's always behind the scenes a profiting interest to a person who goes through the trouble to set someone up to fall into the system. More than likely, a shareholder. Yeah, I mean, look, there are people who get planted in the life of people in order to set them up, to bring them down, set you up to tear you down. There are people who get planted to do that. You're absolutely right. That's why celebrities have this bullseye on their back, and you have to be really careful how you move. As a celebrity, as a famous person, you have to be real careful how you move. Cameras everywhere these days. And people are just looking for a way to hit a lick. They're trying to hit a lick. I mean, but man, how can I get some of this money? How can I get some of these millions out this cat? Slick, man. And even when you're in the wrong, it takes one little thing. Look what happened to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods got set up with his nanny. And as soon as Tiger stepped out one time, that was all she needed. And she cut Tiger loose and walked away with 300 milli rocks. 300 million. She ain't swung nan golf club. Ain't swung nan golf club. She ain't made one putt. And got 300 million bucks. Set for life. Unbelievable. I'm just scrolling backwards, y'all, trying to pull up some of y'all, check on some of y'all comments. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Meanwhile, I may go into this a little further on the podcast. I'm gonna say this anyway, even though y'all don't ever do it. Y'all need to subscribe to my podcast, the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Y'all like watching the messy podcast. Y'all like mess. That's what we're talking about right now. So if I ain't on there hollering and screaming and cussing people out and talking crazy and spreading gossip and all that, that's not interesting to y'all. That's why y'all don't subscribe and watch my podcast. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I gotta keep it real. All right, let's catch up. Let's come back to the real time. Appreciate you, Zawaji. I got a couple in here, man. I got a couple in here. But even on the smallest levels, man, be careful even when you are commenting on websites and vlogs and whatever it is, podcasts and all that, about certain people in certain situations that get caught up in certain situations. Be careful about your part in contributing to the atmosphere that condemns somebody who might not deserve to be condemned. And to push it even further, even if a person is guilty, man, a lot of times, hey, man, that's not our place to throw another log on that fire, man. Because we have this tendency to carry ourselves as if we never did nothing wrong. As if we lived a perfect, sinless life. So the second that something happened, he's a dirty man. They ought to do this to him. They ought to do this. What they ought to do to you? What they ought to do to us? See, mercy don't matter unless it's you. Or not even necessarily mercy, just shut up. What's this shirt? It's my brother, Derek Muhammad. He does a great job with young black youth. He has this thing, it's called a Smarten Up Black Male Summit. And he periodically puts these summits together where he brings in loads and loads and loads of young black males and brings in different speakers and presenters to talk to them and encourage them moving forward, so to keep them from getting caught up in the traps of life. And he did a great job for years doing this Black Male Summit. So I got this shirt when I attended one of the summits. He does them. He does at least 2 or 3 a year, and they're always successful. And they're actually getting bigger and bigger and bigger and better. So shout out to my brother, Derek Muhammad. My homie Anamonarchy is in the building, man. Teachers will accuse you of doing stuff. They accuse you of cheating off somebody's paper. It's no, certain things are bigger than other things, but it's a lot of things. The little things count too, man. The little things count too. Y'all drop y'all locations. I ain't gonna hold y'all long tonight. Drop your location so I can shout y'all out. Some of y'all have lost relationships because y'all accused the other one of cheating, and they weren't even doing that. You lost a whole relationship. You lost a good man or a good woman because of your insecurity and because somebody got in your ear and lied, or they might have thought they saw somebody, but it's not really what it was, or they lied because they was jealous or envious of your good relationship, and you fell for it and accused your significant other of something that they didn't do, and you lost them. So now misery gets the company that it always loves to have. And even if you think you see something, wait, just shut up. Like Little Richard used to say, shut up. See where y'all at, man. My bad. Let me get these shout outs, man. DJ Big Red in San Antonio. JD in Fort Worth, man. I see you had a nice little celebration. The crew came up there and kicked it, which I saw that, JD. That's a beautiful thing, man. Happy belated. Big City South. Show Low, Arizona. The homie Lester. Northern Wisconsin. Hellraiser out there in the Bay. Ontario. Dallas County, Texas. Bravo. Bryan, Texas. Homie El Soul. All right. Oh, Christopher out there in Mississippi. M-I, crooked letter I. Crooked letter I. Humpback. What up, though? That's some Detroit action right there, boy. When they say that what up though, that's Detroit all day long, man. Honey B. Lee. Y'all don't know about that what up though. Yeah. Oakland, California. And yeah. Be very careful with that, y'all. So now Michael Irvin is getting ready to sue everybody. And man, I hope he busts their head wide open. Because why did ESPN act so fast and remove him? It's like you already thought this man was good. Was that a setup all along? I mean, they moved instantly and they cut him loose. So I hope he sued the skin off their body. Your Honor, I want $200 million plus I want the skin off of his body. Like, excuse me? Yes, I'm suing him for the skin. I want all the flesh. I want all of this. What are you gonna do with it? I'm just gonna take it home and put it up. I want his money and everything, and the skin. So, because, bro, let me explain something to y'all, man. Your reputation is like when people talk about your word. They say, man, sometimes all the man got is his word. Sometimes all you have is your good name and your reputation. So if you have worked hard to establish your name as being a good name in whatever level of life you own, then somebody comes along and can tear that down with one accusation, one word, one false accusing of something, right? All that work you did to build that name up, man, it's in jeopardy, and in a lot of cases, it's tainted, bro. Even when they find out you didn't do it because of too many ignorant people that still kind of ride with it, that still kind of like, well, we don't know. And to people who have made mistakes in the past and went all the way down for things that they actually did do, they were brought all the way down. Then they worked to get themselves all the way up to reestablish their credibility in life. And then somebody come along and do it again and falsely accuse them of something. All that you work for, man, your name and your reputation, bro. You fight too hard to protect it. And people take pride and honor in their name and being the type of person who stands on integrity, stands on doing the right thing. So it's a painful thing when your character gets assassinated, bro. When your character gets targeted like that, and you know that what's being said about you is the opposite of who you really are. I remember a long time ago. This is funny, man. I remember a long time ago, somebody had ordered a CD off of our website, and person ordered a CD. The CD got sent out to him, not thinking nothing about it. About 2, 3 days later, I get an email from this lady, and she going in. I mean, she going off. She going in. She going off. However you can be going, that's how she was going. I can't believe uh, you gonna steal my money and not send my CD. You just gonna take my money. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, you want to be like that? And still, I ordered that CD. You ain't sent it yet. Yeah, you can have that little $20 or whatever it was at the time. Yeah, I mean, just going in. This is how I'm reading the email, y'all. I'm sitting and reading the email like this because I knew that the CD had went out. So this was in the early part of the day when I got the email. It might have been about 1, 2 p.m., somewhere along those lines. I get another email about 5 or 6 that evening, the same day. Guess what had happened, y'all? Can y'all guess what happened? Today is Guess What Happened night. Guess what had happened after she had went off on me like that? Guess what happened about 2 or 3 hours later, y'all? Lester, you hit it. The package showed up the same day. Now, it was out of state, so it would have been impossible for me to read the email and realize, wow, I didn't send the CD. Let me hurry up. And you can overnight a package, but you can't same day something out of state unless you were bad. I mean, not to my knowledge. So the subsequent email that I got that same day was, I'm so sorry. The package came in the mail today and I didn't realize, and I'm so sorry. I've been just dealing with a lot and I just let my nope. You done. Because something in your heart is poisoned to believe that I would be willing, or anybody else, maybe there's somebody out there, but that I would be willing to just ruin a good customer relationship to steal $20 from you. That makes a lot. Do that make any kind of sense? Oh, yeah. She ordered this CD. Got her for that 20. Won't be getting this CD. What kind of sense do that make? So it's something going on in you that made you go from 0 to 100 instead of just waiting it out. The mail is funny. I've had situations, I'm dealing with situations now where I got to send people stuff that haven't got their stuff coming back. So it happens. But I do my best to communicate with people. The point of me telling you that story was I got falsely accused. You didn't even allow the normal delivery time. It's going to be 2 or 3 days, depending on where you at. Could be 4, depending on where you at, how far you are from where we sent it from. People are really like, people be on one. So now you have to, which I can give her credit for humbling herself and saying, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. But I still got to look into it to say, well, what you got going on to where that fired you up like that? See, you have a history, maybe not your fault, but people have messed over you before. You got messed over and this happened. So now the first time it seems like in your mind, or something takes too long, oh, it's happening again. See, people are always trying to mess over you. Nah. We have to learn to isolate incidents in our life and not consolidate them and mash them together with everybody. Meaning that because that person did that to you, that doesn't mean that everybody's like him. He did it. She did it. Everybody's not like him. If you find out that this person is like them, okay, well, pick him up and place him in the room with the other person that did it. Now let me get back to real life and deal with the other people who are not getting, who I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Because everybody ain't scamming, everybody ain't cheating, everybody ain't lying, everybody ain't stealing. Adam Gannon, I appreciate the love, man. The UK. What about you at the UK, Adam? See? Isolate. Don't make everybody be like one or two or three people that did you wrong. Stop doing that. Well, I got trust issues now. You should have trust issues out the gate. And when I say trust issues, I don't mean just everybody coming up. It means, okay, I have to practice discernment. I have to practice patience. So that's a trust issue in a different definition. Like, wait a minute, let me wait a minute. Let me feel you out first. See? But you jumping in, you diving in head first. You just diving in head first and then be tripping when you get messed over. You move too quick. You dove in too fast. You tried to do a backflip into the pool. You was in the air when you realized there wasn't no water in there. They was cleaning it out. Then you get mad at everybody else because of what that one did. See? Take your time, grasshopper. Patience, grasshopper. Hey, man, y'all hit the like button, man. If you have not hit the like button, click it right now for your big brother. What's the 24-hour rule, PTP? What is that? You say we should all say that's why we should all adopt the 24-hour rule. What is the 24-hour rule? I'm not familiar with that. Somebody tell me what the 24-hour rule is while you're hitting the like button. People blame a server at a restaurant because their food is late or poor quality. They tip less to a hard worker or not at all. It wasn't her fault. Yeah, I mean, communication is key in those situations. A good server will come back and say, hey, they're backed up in the kitchen, so it's going to be a little longer on your entree. Just want to let you know. Instead of just, you ever had the kind of server that come to the table and then you don't see your server for like 20 minutes? Like, man, where is she at? She ain't came to your table in so long, you forgot why you was there. Like, why do we, what? Oh, we at a restaurant. Communication, man, is the key. What's the 24-hour rule, man? Southeast London. I got you. I've been in the UK before. I was in Manchester. I did a show in Manchester. I did a show in man, I forgot. I definitely did a show in Manchester. Innocent/good people paying for others' bad choices. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because we all have trauma. We all have issues that we've been through that are unresolved within ourselves. We have stuff that we've been through that ain't got fixed yet. So if it haven't been fixed yet, we lash that out on others. I made a video about losing good people out your life a while back. That's the result of that. That's the negative result of that. We lose good people out of our life because of the trauma and effects that we still are suffering from the bad people that we let into our life. So now we all twisted up. Man, what's the 24-hour rule? Did I miss it? Do I got to wait 24 hours to know what the 24-hour rule is? I got to wait 24 hours to wait the 20. Man, I'm reading 24-hour rule is when you are mad and going to snap on someone, wait 24 hours and see if you're still mad. And if you are, then snap on them. But I don't know about all that. If you take 24 hours to process something and you still mad after 24 hours, then that person either done something really egregious, or you may have some anger issues that, see, I would use that rule not to determine if I'm a snap on a person. I would use that rule to determine if I'm just gonna cut that person loose or not. That would be how I would utilize the 24-hour rule. It would be more so like, okay, let me think on it, because it's I've done that, but not under that name. You may say, and I've advised that to other people, like, man, somebody ready to get down, you be like, hey man, just think on it, bro. Just take some time to think on it. Don't react just yet, man. Go home, relax, get your mind right, prioritize. Think about your life, your family, what all you got going for you, man. It's not worth it. I've done that, and I've told other people to do that. But my rule is to determine, is this serious enough for me to never ever in my life deal with this person again? See, and not just an action, but just what you say. See, in the heat of the moment, we say stuff. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, think 5 times before you speak. 5 times. Some of us don't make it to the 1 because the natural emotion, the natural emotional response that triggers, soon as somebody says something, you firing back. That's just natural. But you got to catch that depending on who you're talking to, because we can make the mistake of saying something to a person we really care about and let our emotion make us flip out on somebody and say something to somebody we really care about, then now I can't get that back now. I done sent it out there and like, ooh. See? And that goes with the accusing. Because I ain't talking about just you being accused. I'm talking about you and me doing the accusing. Think. Your money missing? No, I ain't gonna flip out yet. Let me see what I've done. All right, oh, that's right. I put it in that other pocket. You were just about to go and accuse old girl of stealing that $40 you had. You thought she took that 40. Now you gave her that 40. Yeah. And one thing we got to understand too, y'all, is that we got to not be so gullible when it comes to how we process information that we receive from other people, because there are some people who are really, really good talkers. They tell lies in a way that just sounds so convincing that you believe it to be the truth. So you listen to these cats online and you listen to these cats in the freaking neighborhood, and they sound so convincing while they telling a lie. They sound so convincing while they lying on somebody. And you like, oh yeah, man, it sounds so good. Got to be true. Got to be careful with that. I don't care how good you sound saying it. I need to know if what you're saying is the truth. Appreciate the love, PTP, CEO. Thank you, man. You got to pass the basket around. I ain't no preacher. I'm not even a teacher. I'm just trying to be a reacher. Hoping I reach. I hope I reach you. I'm not a preacher or a teacher, but I hope that I reach you. See? They have lied so much, they convinced themselves. Yeah, Jackie, look, people do that. See, a lie becomes the truth, like Michael Jackson said on Billie Jean. Because a lie becomes the truth. Yeah. A lie can become the truth if it's told enough times, man. And if it's told with enough conviction, if it's told convincing enough, and like I said, if it's told by a person who got the right kind of mouthpiece, you start believing that stuff, man. The liar will believe his own lie. The liar will believe his own lie. He tell it to himself enough. See, man? Hey, man, I need y'all to go subscribe to my podcast, man. But I have a rule, though. I just typed it in the thing for those who haven't done it already. I want y'all to go subscribe to my podcast. But here's the rule. Do not subscribe to my podcast if you're not going to support it. Don't just give me a sub just to have the numbers up or whatever. If you're not going to support the podcast by watching it, I would prefer that you don't even patronize me like that. My brother is a compulsive liar, and I know each and every time he's fibbing. Well, you hang around certain people long enough, you can detect the lie. You can like, I know this dude. I know I ain't worried about him. But there are other people who can't. See, the people hang around you the most, they know your BS. They know the kind of BS you on. But you can start up a YouTube channel and get on Instagram, and you can become whoever you want to be in this society. And the rest of the world don't know. You got 1 million followers that just, this guy's the truth. But he's really not. So it is what it is, man. Stone 703 up in this thing, man. Don't falsely accuse people. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, man. There's people locked up right now behind somebody telling a lie on them. And the person who told a lie is walking around here free, just living their life, just living it up. What is the Piscean age? Somebody teach me something tonight. Somebody in here teach me something tonight that I didn't know. Hold on for a second, y'all. Was y'all acting bad when I was away? What y'all do when I was gone for them 10 seconds? It's that ulterior motive. Rod Knox. It's that ulterior motive. Yeah. Agendas. Because people falsely accuse because of agenda. It's a motive. It's a reason behind it. Multiple reasons. People will listen. If I'm talking about somebody falsely accusing somebody in a way that puts them in a position to lose their freedom or their life, that's as dangerous as it gets. You don't care nothing about this person. That's when the stakes are at their highest. What kind of devil are you? See? Hmm. Science fiction, nonfiction. According to Jason Whitlock, Brett Favre is innocent, and y'all rush to judgment. Well, some people are part of the establishment. Some people are they got their head so far in the behind of the establishment that they have no problem standing up for the criminals who represent the establishment, and they have no problems um, throwing their own people under the bus. So we have to just learn the difference between the two and understand, like the saying goes, that everybody that's with us ain't with us. Everybody that's with us ain't for us. And all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So again, that's part of that ulterior motive that Rob was talking about. It's like when you have people that are trying to advance in this world, in a falling world, you trying to advance in this throwed off world that we live in, right? All you see is money and power and fame and status, and they weigh the situation. They say, so all I got to do is get on TV or get on the internet, and just no matter what happens, me as a black man, no matter what happens, I'm against the black folks. I'm going to take the opposite side of the black folks, no matter what happened, and I'm black, no matter what the truth is. So somebody come along and vandalize LeBron James's property and spray the N-word all across his property, and I'm going to get on TV and say it's no big deal. LeBron shouldn't even be mad at that because he got money. No matter what happens, I'm on their side. Them kind of people, they are coming. So I don't really even like to even go deep into cats like that, because they gonna come, man. It's like, because when you are, I almost went kind of out of pocket, but when you are latched on to the nipple of a corrupted, nasty, poisonous mammary, and you sucking all of that nasty milk that you love so much you think is good, that milk, the nasty milk, what's going to happen when the milk supply cut off? See, when those who kiss up and bootlick this system for positions, and they get those positions from their bosses who run this system, what's going to happen to them when this system falls? Where are you going to go? Because Those who are anti-establishment, based on what this establishment has always proven that it stands for, right? Those who have that kind of mindset, they're connected to something that is growing, that's rooted in that has a foundation that's gonna be the real deal one day. Might not be where we trying to be now, but one day it's gonna be there. So we got something to cling to and look forward to that's coming, that will serve as a trampoline for us when we bounce, when we fall. We got something to bounce off of. Those who sold us out and continue to sell us out, continue to be on that BS, always opposing our cause, they facing double jeopardy, meaning that, okay, you've already turned your back on us. You already turned your back on us. So you like, I don't need y'all because Massa got me. I'm good over here. He looking out for me. He gave me my own show. Gave me a bunch of money. But when he cut you loose, what does that leave you? Many have tried to come back. I'm trying to run back to the black community now. Black community, like, you know how we do our own. We like, nope, can't come back here. Can't go back over there. You double jeopardy, bro. That's a dangerous game. When you live that lifestyle, when the position that you are kissing up for is more important than uniting with your people, when this thing crumble, you stay over there and crumble and let it crash down on your head, bro. I bet I can't get 11 more likes. London, England in the building, man. And also because there are many people, black, white, brown, yellow, red, that have bought into this American nightmare, dream. And they literally don't believe that America can and will fall. They don't believe it. It's impossible. America's too great. America too great, man. Nothing can happen. Nothing's gonna destroy America. This is America. This is the greatest country of all time. This is the most powerful military of all. No, the land of opportunity. Nothing's ever gonna happen. It's always gonna be. Keep waking up. It's already falling. The fall don't always happen just. It don't always happen like that. The fall comes in steps and parts, and it's a process. And sometimes to the point where it's undetectable. People don't see the fall. That's why they still think it's sweet. A lot of y'all still think it's sweet. That's why y'all stand there. Oh, beautiful. Oh, space. Tears running down your eyes. Or you singing that Francis Scott Key diss track that he wrote called The Star Spangled Banner. That was a diss record, man. That dude wrote a diss record against slaves and stuff. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, please. So y'all think it's sweet. America ain't going nowhere. Who can destroy America? Somebody wrote a song called God Bless America, Land That I Love. Well, let y'all in on some news. They China. Oh, shwoo. Well, you said something. China can take down America simply by saying, hey man, y'all know that little bread that y'all owe us? You ever owe somebody some money and you weren't ready to pay it back yet because you just didn't have it yet? But you hadn't made the phone call yet to say, hey man, I need a little more time. I know I told you I'd pay you Thursday, but today, man, but I just need a little more time. And you didn't make that call, and then you get, hey bro, hey, what's up? Hey man, I need that little $100 I loaned you, bro. You said you, and you know you got it. But if you pay it back, you out of there. You're gonna try to hang on about 3 more days off that 100 and then pay it. But if you pay it back today, you out of there. See, that's China and America. America's so far in China pocket. If China make that call, hey, what's up, man? Hey, America? Hey, what's up? This China. Yeah, man, I'm gonna need to go and get that little change up off you, man. Yeah, I need to go on. Yeah, I need to go and get that. Need to go on, bring it on in. Bring it on in. America done. Done. See? America been for sale. Been for sale. So their only thought process is, well, you know what? Yeah, we owe you some money, but we'll bring our military into it and we'll come take it then. They got people like that too. Yeah, I owe it. You want it, come take it. That would be the resort after that. I ain't paying it back. So you have to come take it. True indeed, man. So this country can and will fall. But to those who don't believe that that's a possibility, they will find out the hard way. 2 more likes, man. Who haven't hit the like button yet? Let's get to 100. I ain't think we're going to make it to 100 tonight. I appreciate my small group, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm putting my arms around y'all right now. Giving y'all a cyber hug right now. Matter of fact, let me take my hug. Let me reverse my hug. When I get them 2 more likes, then I will give the hug back. 1 more, we good. This land is my land. This land is your land. Okay, here y'all hug back. We got 100. We made it to 100, y'all. Made it to 100. Edward Charles up in this thing. From California to the New York Island. Hey, that song wouldn't talk about us, bro. I'm just sorry. Let's just say these songs that. Let me shut up. Let me shut up, man. False accusations become facts to the ignorant. Come facts. I sound like Elvis. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California. Yeah, the Black National Anthem, man. Lift every voice and sing. Till earth and heaven ring. False accusations become facts to the ignorant. And one of the things that fuel a false accusation is the repetition in the mass spreading of it through media. Media can make you be anything that they want you to be. He's a monster. Just keep printing it. Put his face on a magazine. Put monster. Put him out on the internet. Monster. Do shows. Talk about him. Monster. Before you know it, everybody in the society is like, oh, he's a monster. He's the nicest guy in the world. So from the top to the bottom, y'all, be sure that you are focused and conscious of not falling into allegations and even if something is proven to be true, it's not our place to spread and then gossip about it. Because you have a life that you live that you wouldn't want that to happen to you. You have family members and friends who've fallen short, and you don't want nobody putting your son, your daughter out there on Front Street like that. If they get jammed up or something like that, always think about how you would want a situation to be handled if you was in the situation. We separate ourselves and say, well, he ain't nothing but a celebrity or open season. It's not open season on nobody as long as you breathing. As long as there's something that can happen to you the same way it happened to them, and you know you didn't do it, it ain't open season on nobody. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That's right, unknown. They treated Kyrie worse than Marv Albert. Well, yeah, look, like I say, this whole topic was sparked by Michael Irvin. Just watching what he's been going through and how they not even really speaking on now that it's opening up and lining up now. Like the man didn't even do it. Whatever it is they saying. But they cut him loose off ESPN. I think another network come. All this they snatched his rug like they do without even making sure first. So I'm suing it. I would sue ESPN. I'm gonna sue every company that fired me. I'm suing the casino I was in. I'm suing the lady that lied on me. I don't care if she make $20,000 a year. I'm suing her. I'm suing everybody that put fuel on something that wasn't even the truth. Suing everybody. Tired of them targeting us. And then life goes on. I'm right behind you, Piper. Last but not least, I'm going to put it on there one more time, man. Y'all subscribe to my podcast. I've been hooping today, so I'm a little beat up, a little sore. But go to southparkcoalition.net and order my books. Order my books. Go to southparkcoalition.net. Got 2 books that I wrote during the pandemic. Y'all be sure to order them if you didn't know. I misspelled something. I know I didn't. Ooh, that boy can spell. I think. Y'all go order both my books from southparkcoalition.net. Y'all go order my comic book. From this website. Y'all see this poster right here where my thumb is pointing to on the wall back there? That's the comic book. Y'all can get that exact poster if you get the whole package, the whole comic book package. And my latest album, Telekinesis, also on the South Park Coalition website. I'm forgetting something, but It is what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all support the underground, support the cause. And how many pages on the books? I think the first book about 190, close to 200 pages, and the second one might be close to that 175, 180. Easy read, good read. If y'all want to know about how I write my lyrics and why I wrote certain songs and the breakdowns of certain songs, behind the bars, that's what it's about. I ain't talking about jail bars, it's talking about rap bars. So that's what it is. Celestia, is that Celestia? Yeah, y'all check it out, man. I do this for real. Blessings, man. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.